Hello and welcome. This is Kristen from the Online Selling Show, and I am here today for what should be a new week's vlog. I am really I've been starting the vlog to document the growth of this new eBay store I started on June 15th of 2024. But as I've said before, our lives are dictated right now by what's going on with our wholesale business. We've been doing the wholesale business model as our family's sole source of income since 2017, and I've been doing e-commerce for 22 years. I want to say it's been easily 12 to 15 years now that I put the family's business into a wholesale business model and got out of this thrifting model. It was just more sustainable, and I was looking to quit a job that I had and just become more of an entrepreneur, and that was the only way I could see the light for doing it at the time. Since then, a lot of things have evolved, especially a lot of things on Amazon and eBay, and a lot of other sites have come along, like Etsy and things like Poshmark, that weren't really there. I mean, there was nothing. Amazon wasn't even anything when I first got started. So I'm going to be retiring in probably 2 to 3 years with my husband and probably selling off this wholesale business. And I'm loving the going out on the hunt for yard sales and thrift stores. So that's where I'm at with this channel, trying to document how I'm going to do that. Unfortunately, there is this transition time, and during that transition is what's going on right now. I believe this week started on December 9th. I've said before that at this point in time, I am living hour by hour, minute by minute, because things are so chaotic and crazy. This is Wednesday, I believe, so that must mean it's the 11th of December. And I am still making sales. I put the business on a vacation mode that will expire on the 13th, which I guess will be on Friday. I want to make a point. I have had a push to get out quite a few of the things that had sold, and I went and did all of that, but at the time that I printed everything, it took me like a full day of just getting myself to go in the basement and get that stuff. I know it sounds like I'm probably making excuses or I'm over exaggerating, but when I'm telling you, like, we are packing from when we can get ourselves rolled out of bed, which I think today was 8:30. I was out there till midnight last night. It's just whatever we can do in this wholesale business model to make sure that we are pushing goods out. That has been my prime focus right now, because things are starting in the shipping world to take that full week of delivery, and people are starting to do the whole "where's my item hasn't come," all that kind of stuff. And I've always said before, I try to get items out within 24 hours. It cuts down a lot on all of that type of emails and things. And right now it is, I think we are backed out till Friday, and I'm trying to manage the numbers on the wholesale business model. I'm trying to manage those numbers. I probably have about another 8 sales on this eBay site. It's just trying to get to that point. I've kind of allotted that the weekends are the time when those are going to be best, because I've said before, it does disrupt the flow of what's going on with the wholesale business model. Having said all that, I mean, the plan is still just leaving the store on a vacation mode. I was saying before that I could only do, I think it was 2 weeks for putting it on a vacation mode and allowing the products to still be available for purchase. I don't know what's going to happen if I try to go in right now and extend that vacation longer. I would assume the items that are in queue that say they have to be shipped by the 13th will have to be shipped by the 13th, and then new orders will come in with whatever new date I can set. The world for me in how I'm going to have time for devoting for this eBay business is that right after this season starts to roll down, I'm going to be back into the forecasting of what I need to place for orders for the wholesale business model, because I will be traveling to a merchandise mart to place all of the holiday orders for this wholesale business. I believe I scheduled it from the 16th to the 19th of January. Prior to going, I will get most of those things that I plan to reorder that will be available on the assorted companies' websites, so that when I'm down in these Merchandise Mart showrooms, I am just focused on new items either to me or to the brand, and I'm not wasting a lot of my time down there in just the things I already know I want. So that's where like my focus is going to be. I have, because of the decorating in the house, started to have to collect up the assorted death piles basically, and I am astounded at how much stuff, when I collected it up into one area, I don't think I'm going to be having to source until at least the spring, which for me is a good thing, because I don't know what the estate sales are going to look like, but yard sales and things like that for us won't start till the weather breaks, because we do have crappy kind of weather here. We do have a full winter here, and people don't have yard sales. I don't know yet what the estate sales are going to be. And I did some of the thrift stores and it was okay. I think I'm just in a very highly populated area with a lot of people who were very keen to being resellers and stuff. You know, if you're not really there all the time, you're not necessarily catching all the good stuff. Having said all that, I'm going to end the video now. I don't expect there's going to be much more coming from me for any kind of updates until I'm ready to do the week wrap up and go through the sales. So I'm going to say thanks for watching for now, and I'll be back with that in a minute. So I'm here now for the week of 12/9 to 12/15. Again, I'm here to give a reminder that I have not listed anything new during this period of time, and this is on a long, extended, at least 2-week vacation message out there for my buyers. I have gotten negligent being busy. I do not have all my record keeping in there. I am recording this on New Year's Day, so some of this data is going to look a little weird in the sense of timing for a time of stuff being sent or sold. I can tell you the gross sales of 587 is correct. The net sales of 341 is not, because I don't have the cost of goods in there. The average cost per sale of $58.68 should be true, but the average net sale would not, nor any of these profit margins. They're showing estate sales are by far, and Facebook sales, I don't know that I would trust that being the case as far as where I sourced my products from, because again, that stuff is not input in there. There is no new listings being activated during this period of time. The cost of goods is probably not correct, of $87.71, but the marketplace fee of $90.26 will be, and the shipping cost of $68.20 will be. I had 12 sales during this period of time, and I really don't say I would trust any of this data down here at the bottom, because I don't have that stuff in. So let's go see what my 12 sales were. Okay, so getting down to the lowest of what I've got for sales, this is me mentioning for you to always look at not passing over those small ticket items. These were some vintage ornament hangers. These are mostly desired because of the graphics on the box. They were purchased at the one estate sale I got quite a bit of goods at. I bought 5 different ones of these boxes. As you can see in the title here, I mentioned them being empty. They did have some old of the hangers in them. I just wasn't going to sit and count. I just said they were empty just to pleasantly surprise my buyers when they received them. I will go through the assorted fees on this one and then just highlight them in the future. On this side here underneath the photo, had everything been loaded correctly, there would be a little bit more in here. It's saying it took 2 months to get listed. I probably did purchase this on August 26th. They are saying that it took about a month to sell. they're saying it was listed for 2 months. This is where it's going to look funky because I am a month past this time period getting this recording in. And so basically it took me 12 days to get them listed. And then if you come over to this right-hand side, it's saying it took about a month after I listed it to get sold. Over here at the top, it is saying that eBay collected $20.90 for me. That fee is derived from $15 for the actual product, which was an offer that the buyer made, and I took for this item, and there was $5.90 of shipping that was collected. I can tell you I paid about 50 cents to $1 for these. I don't remember which one. We will just say that $1 was what was the cost of this item. Again, I mentioned it took a month to sell. The fixed final value fee of 40 cents is 40 cents no matter what the sale price is. This is just a fee eBay charges to take the money out of the buyer's accounts and put it into ours. The final value fee is one that fluctuates. This is $2.78. That is typically about a 15% cost of the total value of what eBay collects, which would be the $20.90. This does have a, it does fluctuate based on if you have a store, what type of store, what category the item's in. If you are interested to get the exact value for yourself, there is a calculator out there. You can just Google eBay calculator and you will find that. I paid an ad fee, which is basically me paying eBay to give me some preference and higher position in the buyers searching when they are looking for items. The actual cost to ship this item is $4.46, which left me with a net return of $12.79. This is where you would have to deduct out the dollar that I paid for this item. So I basically paid, or I basically made almost $12 for this item, meaning I bought it for $1, and after everything was paid out, I was able to get almost $12 put into my checking account as a pure profit. This is where I'm telling you to not pay or not overlook some of these smaller items. This was a very simple item to ship. It's very small, easy to store. And for most people, they probably would never even have paid attention to that. But I'm still making a decent profit out of this that some people wouldn't even make on some of the clothing and stuff that they buy. Now, one of the next items that, this is store, I'm not gonna go through my store stock or my paper because it's not generally something that shows up in anything that is what you're gonna find in sales. These are some a lot of 10 vintage mini bunny ornaments, I'm calling. They were figures. This honestly was found in a yard sale I went. It was a huge lot of, basically they were almost like a dollhouse lot. I sold that lot off, and months ago I bought it very cheaply, and these items were in there and they just kind of didn't match. The rest of the stuff, like I said, was basically like Barbie or dollhouse stuff, and this just was not that. So I pulled them out and I listed them as a collective lot with a purchase price of $2. It does say it has been listed for 6 months, so yes, I agree. This, like I said, was one of those first yard sales that I had went to, and they paid my full purchase price of $21.99. I know it took 5 months to sell, but this was Easter items bought in July and sold in December. So I am happy that this was basically found money to me because I already made more than enough back out of the lot that they came out of, but I did, like I said, have to attribute something to them, so I did $2. After all the fees, I got back almost $18. So not bad, very easy to list, very easy to ship, very small item, was very happy. Here's another situation where you have to take lemons and make lemonade. This was an item I bought in Lancaster when I went to a community sale. I paid, I think, about $1 for it, 71 cents.
I sold it, and on the way to the buyer, if you look here, the hat got chipped. And there was no other item similar to this listed, and I knew he was still desirable, and I listed him then at a lower price. I think I originally got $34.99 for him. I relisted him. Let me see if they give me, they do not, because I got a new auction number for it. So I listed him for $29.99. Somebody has bought him for his full price. The shipping cost, I was not understanding at the time I listed it, it was that high. The buyer paid it. So after everything was said and done, and I had a damaged item, I was still able to resell my 71-cent item for a net profit of almost $31. Not bad. I was very happy that he was able to be sold and still be rescued, so to speak, and sent off. Another item I found was this Calista, if that's how you say it. It is a curling iron. It was brand new in the box. I found this basically in amongst a bunch of just, looked like somebody just took a bunch of stuff out of their closet and threw it in a tub. It was at a community yard sale. I did very well at this one. It was a bunch of different families. The one I got a lot from her selling off like her mother and her sister's estates, but this was I think it was still her, but I could tell, like I said, it looked like maybe she had a teenage daughter or something, and it just was, like I said, thrown in a tub. I just saw the one edge, the top edge peeking out, and here it was brand new, and I was able to get this for, I don't have a purchase price attributed to it. I want to say maybe $2 I could attribute to this because I got so much at the sale, and I think I paid like $30 overall. I sold this for my full price offer of $39.95. It took 18 days to sell. I kind of had a feeling with Christmas coming and stuff, oh, Barney's coming to make an appearance. He is not happy because I have not fed them yet. And he's thinking he wants to go out. Anyway, Mr. Barney needs to move his tail. So I got over $36. Like I said, if you took out maybe the $2 I would attribute to this, I'm very happy. $2 went into making me like 34. So don't discount some of those boxes or tubs that you have to kind of dig through, because there is good stuff that can be found in them. Here is another item that I basically, this was something, it was in a dirty, very old, yellowed, cracking kind of Ziploc bag. It was in another tub that looked like it was probably played with, the bin being that this was a vintage Sesame Street Wilton bake set, and I kind of grouped it up. The Wilton part was these cookie cutters that were down here, and I was able to find that the rest of the set was original. These are all together. I added in the cookie cutters just because they were in the bag with everything else, and I got $59.99 for this set. Yes, you heard me right. $60 on a $5 purchase. I was not sure what it was going to take to ship. I charged $16.20, but it did cost me $13.08 because this piece here of Big Bird was big. He worked. I'm telling you, I got phenomenal feedback left. They were very happy. I felt it really showed some signs of use, and they were very, very happy with it. So my $5 purchase became over $46. So don't just discount those other things either that look old, dirty, well played with, because some of that vintage stuff people are just so happy to have. And then the number one selling item for me this week was this 4-piece Napco-Ware Red Angel figurine set. If you are not familiar with this, they do, I could tell they were belonging together because they all had this X69, 64 on the bottom, so that did tell me they were originally as a set. There may be a fifth one that never came through. I bought this. I did pay up for it. I paid $80 for it. I was really debating about keeping it. It looked pristine. Red is a very difficult color in vintage Christmas because they did what they call a cold application, meaning it was not, it was fired and then applied afterwards, and that stuff will chip off with age. I was really impressed with this set, and then as I was getting ready to list, one of the angels had a repair on her wing. It was so nicely done, I really had not even noticed it. I still took the chance. I listed it. I listed these high. I listed them at $189.99. Like I said, I did pay up. I paid $80 for it. I was knowing that this was going to be a better sale. I wasn't sure exactly how much it was going to go for. This is one of them pieces that was a little bit more tricky for shipping, that I was not kind of excited. I mean, it was, but it wasn't, because of the amount of time I knew it was going to take to get this packed up. But doing it again, I think I would. Even after paying for them to give me an ad fee and everything else, paying $80, I still got almost $85 back. So I doubled my money. It's saying it took 2 months to list. Yeah, it probably did. Oh, Barney. Barney is coming in to say hi. He is not happy. He wants his canned cat food. So this was the #1 item of the week. I hope you liked some of the things that I had to show you. A little bit of an eclectic mix this week. I would appreciate a thumbs up if you did get any good content out of my ramblings of what was going on in my head for the week and what was selling. I appreciate your time and watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye for now.